It's a Christmas miracle indeed. I found them.
Hello? You're currently on the phone with KCK. Yep, that's me.
I found my selfish books, my Kim Kardashian selfish books, and it is the most random way I found them too. Do you ever have these like moments where you feel like the universe is like putting you in situations to let you find things or figure things out or just stuff like that? Because I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning, wide awake, like wide awake. I do this a lot, and it kind of bugs me because I can sleep really good. I used to be able to, at least. And I do up until I wake up. And it is like my eyes just jolt open. I am instantly awake. No grogginess. So then I will go back to sleep after watching TikTok and trying to, get tired again. And then when I need to wake up, I am exhausted and I cannot wake up. And it is the most frustrating thing in the world. So I decided the other night I might as well just get up because I had things to do, and I was like, I'll just see what happens if I wake up and just stay awake. And I actually had more energy throughout the day, and I stayed up. I didn't have a nap. Like I had energy, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is how it is now. But it's like my body's just like all of a sudden it's done, and it's time to wake up at 3:30 in the morning. So anyways, I got up and I was doing a bunch of stuff, and I decided to kind of organize my magazines and dust and put up Christmas decorations and stuff. And so I have these boxes that I bought clear back in 2000. It was like right before Reputation came out. I think it was before the whole well, no, it couldn't have been. It was like right in the middle of when Taylor was in hiding, Taylor Swift. And she was doing a huge sale on all of her merch, and she had these like document boxes, and they have these seagulls on them from the 1989 soundtrack or album. And so I bought 4 of them, and I kind of just put random stuff in them. Like one has like all my birthday cards I get from people, Christmas cards. One has like all my invitations from people's birthdays and weddings and stuff like that. Another one has all my old cell phones. And so there's just been 2 that's been sitting on the shelf forever. And I'm like, well, I need to dust this shelf and kind of clean it off and make it look better. And I was like, what is in these boxes? And I pick it up and I open it, and there they are, just sitting right on top of each other. My 2, and you're probably wondering why I have 2. The reason is because I bought the original, and then she came out with a deluxe edition. And so I had to buy the deluxe edition, of course. And Catherine was telling me that I almost offered her one. And I text her back. I'm like, I must have been like on something, because I would never, ever part with these. She's like, yeah, when you said it, I was kind of weird. Like, I'm like, well, I don't really need them. Or you don't have to give it to me if you don't want to. And then she's like, then you backtracked. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds more like it. I do not know why I offered you one of these books, because they're like some of my favorite things I have. And so yeah, I just thought that was weird. But there you go. I was up at 4 in the morning dusting my shelves, and I found my thing. And I feel like I manifested that because I was looking for them, and I just kind of didn't panic. I did, but I didn't. And I'm glad I found them, because could you imagine if I went to where I thought they were going to be and they weren't there? Then I would have been super mad. So that's what I'm talking about. The universe is like letting you find things before you realize they're missing, or realize like finding things before where you think where they're going to be and they're really not. Anyway, this is very specific to me right now, but this happens a lot. And I don't know if it happens to other people, but it does to me, and it feels good. So just put out positive vibes and, say a prayer or whatever you need to do. Talk to the sky. I don't know. Whatever you need to do. And you too will find your Kim Kardashian selfie books. My cousin and I had this. Well, we were talking about Spotify Wrapped and how many minutes I'd listen to and how many minutes she'd listen to. And she had a really good point. And she's like, because I mentioned I was in the top, I don't know, 0.5, top 5% of something of Taylor Swift listeners. I think last year it was higher. But she's like, I think that they should let those people who are in the top like 5% of artists and stuff get concert tickets first. I'm like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. And I'm not trying to say that people that become fans later and aren't original fans are annoying, but it does get annoying when you've been a fan since day one, which I have been with pretty much most of the artists that I listen to. And then people that like want one song, want tickets, and then they clog up the Ticketmaster queue line. And like we try to get tickets to Gracie Abrams, and I feel like it's partly her fault because she's only doing like 5 shows in the US after she just toured with Taylor Swift, and her songs are all over TikTok and playing on the radio. I think that's really strange, but anyway. Yeah, and then I think if you're in like the top 0.01 or top 0.05%, you should get instant VIP backstage access and front row seats, because that's dedication. That is like true dedication. So anyway, something to think about if you're listening, Spotify, Ticketmaster, all you overlords. This is what needs to happen, and I think it would make everybody a lot happier. And who knows, it might even boost your numbers. Let's see. Did you see Kim? Speaking of Kim, sorry. I should have said this when I was talking about my selfish books. She opened a SKIMS store in New York, and the promo for it was so cool. It was like an old vintage sign on the side of a building with like a taxi cab, and then just a bunch of other cool, I think one was like some mannequins. Let me look it up and see. One was some mannequins just stacked like in an alleyway. And I'm like, she has the coolest ideas. And I'm not saying like she does all of them, but I think she has a lot of say in what goes on, you know. But let me just describe it to you. I'm sure everyone's seen it, because who hasn't seen SKIMS SKIMS campaign? Then there's one like an ice sculpture of her body. It looks like just around New York, by like a hot dog stand, by a taxi cab on the curb. Where's the one I'm thinking of? The store looks really cool. It looks like very much her house, for sure. Yeah, there's just like a cool old school vibe to this campaign. And I think, didn't we talk about the North Face collaboration last week? I was going to go buy something because it launched like right as I was leaving for Arizona. I went to Arizona this week, by the way. And I was like, well, maybe there's some on here. First of all, I think all the clothes are made for women. And I'm not against buying women's clothes, because I do have like some. But these ones just like way too tailored. And I'm like, they're not going to fit. Plus they're like crop tops. So it's like, well, maybe I'll get a beanie. And they were like, after like shipping and everything, it was like $70. And I'm like, okay, be real, Casey. You're not going to wear this beanie. You have several. And every time you wear them, you feel self-conscious because you don't know if you should wear it high on your head. You don't know if you should wear it like pulled all the way down. You like, it's just never a vibe. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy it. That is growth, people. That is growth, because usually I would just buy it. I did buy Taylor's hoodie. She had it the day after the tour ended. She did a huge like 70% blowout sale on merch product. And so I got the coveted, not the crew neck, but the blue oversized hoodie. And it was like $22 plus shipping. Again, Taylor, please just let us pay like a yearly fee and let us have shipping for one flat rate. But I know she's probably partnered with all these like UPS and stuff, because they're making a fortune, because the shipping's not cheap. It's like $7 or $8 every time you want to ship something. Anyway, but Kim was at the grand opening, and she was in like a scooter thing, one of those where you put your knee up and you like roll with the other foot. Apparently she broke her foot. I'm not really sure how. I hope it's in the show, which, where is the show? Where's the show? They are usually out by now. Obviously at this point they're not going to bring out the new season until like January. But I hope it's soon. Like, what's going on? The whole point of them joining Hulu was to churn out more content. Maybe they're making longer seasons, which I would be happy with. I'm not going to complain. But I hope whatever happened to her foot is in the new season. Because she showed what happened with her. Remember when she sliced her finger open with her ginormous door? Her door is like the size of her wall. and she was sliding it open, and it slid too fast. It was like so heavy, and it smashed her thumb. Yeah, rich people problems. Anyway, if you're in New York, go stop by the Skims store. I got my Skims bag just waiting for me upstairs to open on Christmas Eve. I'm super excited. What else happened this week? Taylor Swift, this was yesterday, I think. She visited a children's hospital in Kansas, and she's just going around talking. She's just so good with people and like keeping conversations going and talking with kids and like just like genuine. It's not like forced. And there was this one guy, he was in his room with his son, and she was like signing a book. She's like, do you want me to sign it to you? Or like do you have a sister or a mom that would like me to sign it to her? Or I can sign it to all of you. And the dad's recording, and he's like, his mom is literally on her way from work right now. She left early because we told her you were here. She's a huge Swiftie. Like, she's driving as fast as she can. And Taylor's like, oh, well, we can probably just like meet up with her in the hall. Tell her to come find us, and we'll say hi to her and stuff. And I was like, you are like the best. Plus, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but she gave away $197 million in bonuses to all of her workers. That's a lot of money. That's not that, well, pocket change to her, yes, but you don't see Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or like even Warren Buffett, who's more liberal with his money. You don't see them giving away that. That's a lot. And you wonder, like, why 197 million? Why not just round to 200 million? Easier said than done. But still, that is insane. And as we speak about this, as I'm recording this episode, it is December 13th, which is Taylor's birthday. She is 35 today. So wild. I'm just so curious of what her next move is going to be. I genuinely want an entire year dedicated to Reputation. I don't want anything else happening. I want Reputation to have its own year. I want each month to have something special. I want 5 music videos. I just want so much for this album. And people keep thinking, some people, that she's going to do Taylor Swift, the first album, first, and then release Reputation, which makes sense because they both make sense, and I'm going to explain to you why. I think it's going to be Reputation and then Taylor Swift because she's taking back her name. Some people think it's going to be Taylor Swift and then Reputation because she's taking back her reputation. So, I mean, they're both go hand in hand, but I personally think Reputation will be first. I won't be mad either way because I wonder... I don't know. I wonder why she didn't include the first album in the tour. And, well, I don't know, because I don't think she had Torture Poets Department even thought up yet, because a lot of that was written during the Maddie Healy era, like, during the tour. So, I don't know. I don't know if she thought she's going to add something to the tour eventually, and it was going to be too long. I don't know. Anyway, if you're interested in anything of the tour, I have an entire Patreon episode dedicated to it. Thank you to those who have all signed up. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I go more in depth about tour numbers and records broke and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, happy birthday, Taylor. The Golden Globes have been announced, and let's see, Ariana, Cynthia Erivo, Glenn Powell, they're all nominated. But here, let me show you a list of some of the nominations. It says it's in 23 days, and it looks like it's going to be on CBS and streaming on Paramount. Finally, they are letting us stream award shows. Finally. Like, the Billboard Music Awards was yesterday, I think. I don't even know where you watch that. And I had heard nothing about it. So, I mean, you're losing people, you guys. You've got to let people stream. If you're going to make us pay a fortune for streaming, you better let us stream stuff like this, live events, because why? My friend Jackson and I were talking the other day, like, these apartments, I went apartment hunting with my friend Mallory, and each apartment we went to, they had like the base price, and we're like, oh, everything's good, and then they like pull out this sheet at the end of it, and they're like, yeah, and now you have to sign this. It is a media package, and it's like they range from $70 to $150, and they include satellite TV. I'm like, well, that's how they're staying afloat, because they're forcing people into these contracts that are living in apartments. And like, I've had friends that have lived in apartments and have these packages, and they don't even set up their satellite TV. Now, I love satellite TV, but it is very expensive. and I don't miss it a lot. I do miss it in the sense that I would always have something playing in the background, and I personally like commercials. I don't love the ones on streaming services because they're so repetitive, but commercials on old school TV are like, oh, okay, it's break time. Oh, okay, I can hurry and go put this little laundry in the dryer. Oh, I can hurry and go and like, I don't know, get a snack, like go to the bathroom, something like that, you know? I feel like when I don't have a break, I just like sit and wallow and I need to get up. So that's my opinion. Anyway, back to the Golden Globes. In 23 days, I don't even know when that is. That's obviously in January sometime. I think it's January 11th. No, that wouldn't be right because the day's the 13th. I cannot do math. The best motion picture drama is The Complete Unknown. That is the Timothée Chalamet movie with, I think Zooey Deschanel's in there in the movie too. Kylie and Kris were spotted at the premiere of this movie. He plays Bob Dylan. I think it's Bob Dylan. If not, I apologize. He has 2 movies in this category. So the next is Conclave. I don't know anything about it. It looks like a religious movie. It's the guy that plays in his. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but he is Voldemort. He doesn't look like it obviously in real life, but something like I always remember him from is Made in Manhattan, which I love that movie. That movie is so good. Dune Part 2. Nickel Boys. I've never even heard that one. September 5th, not heard of that one. The Brutalist. I have heard of that one, don't know what it's about. Best comedy or musical. Why are they in the same category? That's weird. That's really weird because I think there's only 2 movies in here that are musicals technically. One's really actually musical and one is, anyway, it doesn't matter. A Real Pain. That's got Jesse Eisenberg, is that his name? And Kieran Culkin. Anora, I actually want to see this one really bad. It looks really good. And here we go, Challengers. This is my winner for the year. Emilia Perez, that's the Selena Gomez one. It looks like Zoe Saldana's in it. So, Selena Gomez actually was getting criticized for her Spanish speaking in this. And I guess I didn't even think about this, but like she is Spanish and she doesn't speak Spanish. She doesn't speak, I guess I don't know where she's from, but she doesn't speak Spanish, and that's like her family's, heritage or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I got my first acting job at like 7, and so like a commercial, so just from then on I've just been speaking English. And I guess people said that her Spanish accent or the way she was saying things was just like so bad. She's like, sorry, I was doing the best with the little time that I had, and I felt like I did pretty good for the circumstances. Anyway, The Substance, I actually want to see this. It's got Demi Moore in it, and here we go, Wicked. Yeah, I don't know, kind of a weird category. That's kind of strange. Best Animated Picture, Flow, never heard of it. Inside Out 2, I'd be shocked if that didn't win. Memoir of a Snail, never heard of that one. That looks like kind of like a Coraline type movie, claymation style, but more animated, I think. Moana 2, I still have not seen this, but I heard people are obsessed with it, so I wouldn't be surprised with that one. The Wild Robot, I heard that one's really good. And Wallace and Gromit, I didn't know they were still making these. Vengeance Most Foul, I don't know, it's on Netflix apparently. Best non-English movie is All We Imagine as Light, Emilia Perez, I Am Still Here, The Girl with the Needle, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and Vermiglio. I don't know any of these, sorry, I'm very American. Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture drama, Angelina Jolie and Maria. I've heard this movie is very, very good. She plays an opera singer. Fernando Torres, I'm Still Here. Kate Winslet and Lee. This is based on a true story, I believe. Nicole Kidman and Baby Girl. I want to see that so bad. Pamela Anderson, The Last Showgirl. I want to see that too. Tilda Swinton, The Room Next Door. I haven't heard of that one, but I love Tilda Swinton. Best performance by a male actor in a drama. Adrian Brody, The Brutalist. Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing. Daniel Craig, Queer. I actually just saw that last night. It's very, very good. It is very for people who like film, people who call movies film or cinema, I'm not one of those people, by the way. But I can appreciate where this movie was going. It definitely will not hit with the masses. It's very sad. It's basically, the premise is wondering if someone you love loves you, and he will go to like any lengths to figure it out. Like they go to the jungle and do ayahuasca to have him telepathically tell him if he's in love with him. Anyway, super sad, very good, loved it. Drew Starkey, very attractive in it. Ralph, how do you say his name? Fiennes? I guess I never knew his name. This is Voldemort. For Conclave, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. I heard that didn't do very well. Timothée Chalamet, a complete unknown. Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture. I wonder how many of these are. Maybe I should speed it up. I'll just do a few more and then we'll be good. Yeah, best performance by a female actor in a motion picture. Amy Adams, Night Bitch. I want to see that too. Cynthia Erivo, Wicked. Demi Moore, The Substance. Demi Moore. Apologies. Carla Sophia Gascon, Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison, Honora. I want to see that, like I said. Zendaya challengers. Oh, this is a good lineup. Wow. Oh, I hate choosing favorites, you guys. I hate it with all my heart. That's probably my biggest pet peeve. Is when someone's like, "What's your favorite?" Even though I ask that to people, but for me, it seems like I have a harder time choosing favorites because there's just so many things to have be your favorite. You know what I mean? It's just too hard to choose. Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Gabrielle LaBelle. He's on that Saturday Night Live movie. Glenn Powell, The Hitman. I feel like I heard one or two things about that movie and then never again. So it must be pretty good. Hugh Grant, Heretic. I wouldn't be surprised if he won that. People are like really liking that performance right now. Jesse Eisenberg, A Real Pain. Jesse Plemons. If you're not aware who this is, I don't know how to explain him to you. But he's married to... Oh, I just forgot her name. Oh, gosh, what is her name? She is Mary Jane on Spider-Man. The Tobey Maguire one. My gosh, I don't know why I'm blanking. Anyway, they're married. They are together. And Sebastian Stan, A Different Man. He's in 2. I didn't even know he's in 2 movies. Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Wow, they're just getting pretty wild with these. Ariana Grande, Wicked. Felicity Jones, The Brutalist. Isabella Rossellini, Conclave. Margaret Qualley, The Substance. Selena Gomez, Amelia Perez. And Zoe Saldana, Amelia Perez. I don't know. Ariana did so good. Like, she did... I think she had a lot of pressure compared to, all these other ladies who did probably extremely well. I can't say because I haven't seen any of them, but I feel like people were nervous to go into Wicked thinking they would just see Ariana Grande, jumping around the screen. But she really did play the role really well, and they actually came to her, the composers and stuff, and they're like, "Do you want us to like make the popular song more poppy and more, new to the time?" And she's like, "No, absolutely not. Do not change one thing." She's like, "It has to be the same. It has to be accurate. It has to be the original." Like, she truly loves this role, and I think it showed. Like, she did really well. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Denzel Washington, Gladiator 2. Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce, The Brutalist. Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain. And Yura Borisov, Honora. Let's see. I think that's... I don't know. Oh, no, we have to do this one. Okay. Best Original Song in a Motion Picture. The Last Showgirl, that's the Pamela Anderson one, and it's Beautiful That Way, sang by Miley Cyrus. And I'm so happy. So her, Zendaya, Ariana, there was one more. Who was it? One more person are all nominated for Golden Globes. There's one other person. Why am I forgetting her? It makes me so sad. Challengers, Compress and Repress. These are songs, I guess. Challengers soundtrack was so cool. Like, so cool. Someone on Instagram I follow, he's from Australia, and apparently he must love house music. or whatever genre this music is, because he's like, just watch this movie, really weird. He had a picture of challengers up. Like, he's like, the placement of the music was so bizarre. I'm like, that's the whole point. That is the whole point. It was to make tennis more like intriguing and just a different way of filming and to make it more interesting. I thought it was awesome when the music would just stop and start randomly and kind of had nothing to do with what was going on. I love that movie. I will die on that hill of loving that movie. El Mal and Amelia Perez, don't know that one. Forbidden Road and Better Man, Kiss the Sky, Wild Robot. Who sings that? No one. Maren Morris. Huh. I don't know if she sings it, but she's on the writing credits, so I'm assuming, because I don't know any of these other people on here. Mia Camino, Amelia Perez. Cinematic and box office achievement. Alien Romulus. I feel like that didn't do very well. Beetlejuice, Deadpool and Wolverine, Gladiator 2, Inside Out 2, The Wild Robot, Twisters, and Wicked. Best television series drama. The Diplomat, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I've heard that's really good. Shogun, that won tons last year. Slow Horses, Squid Game. Are we done with this show yet? And The Day of the Jackal. Best television series, musical or comedy. Ava Elementary. If you have not watched that, you need to. The Bear, Hacks. I hope this one wins. I freaking love this show. It is one of my favorite shows of all time. Nobody Wants This. Still haven't watched it, but I know a lot of people liked it. Only Murders in the Building and The Gentleman. So a lot of good lineup. Best television limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television. Baby Reindeer. That one was super popular. Disclaimer, don't know what that one is. Monsters, of course, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Ripley, The Penguin, and True Detective. That's got Jodie Foster in it. I heard people like that one too. I don't know. It's going to be hard. Best performance by a female actor in a television series or drama. Anna Sawai for Shogun. Emma Darcy, House of the Dragon. Kathy Bates, Matlock. Keira Knightley, Black Doves. Carrie Russell, The Diplomat, and Maya Erskine for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I kind of hope Kathy Bates wins it because this is her last role. She said after this Matlock series, she's retiring from acting. And I just feel like, wouldn't that be so iconic for her to go out on a huge bang? Of course, the show might go on, so I don't know. Is it a limited? No, it's just regular. Best performance by an actor in a television series drama. Billy Bob Thornton, Landman. I heard that's good. Donald Glover, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Eddie Redmayne, The Day of the Jackal. Gary Oldman, Slow Horses. I'm going to... Hiroyuki Sanada. Sorry. Shogun. And Jake Gyllenhaal for Presumed Innocent. Oh my gosh, sorry. There's just so many. We're almost at the end, I promise. Best performance by a female actor in a television series, musical or comedy. Ayo Edebiri. I always stumble on her name. From The Bear. Jean Smart from Hacks. Oh, I hope she wins. Catherine Hahn, Agatha Holloway. That show was super good too. Oh my gosh, this is a good... Oh, all of these are good. Kristen Bell, Nobody Wants This. Quinta Brunson, Ava Elementary. Selena Gomez, Only Murders in the Building. Oof. Best performance by an actor in a television series, musical or comedy. Adam Brody, Nobody Wants This. Jason Segel, Shrinking. Jeremy Allen White, The Bear. Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building. Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building. And Ted Danson, A Man on the Inside. I never even heard of that. Is that on Apple TV? I think so. Best performance by a female actor in a limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television. Cate Blanchett. I love her. I would love to just hang out with her for a day. She seems like she'd be so proper and prim, but she's just not, and I love it. Cate Blanchett, The Disclaimer. Kristen Milioti, The Penguin. Jodie Foster, True Detective. Kate Winslet, The Regime. Naomi Watts, Feud. Capote vs. the Swans. And Sofia Vergara, Griselda. Oh, I'm so glad that got nominated. That show was good. All these... See, there's just so many good things. It's hard to pick. The best performance by a female actor in a supporting role on television. Allison Janney, I love her. The Diplomat. Dakota Fanning, Ripley. Hannah Einbinder. Hacks. Jessica Gunning, Baby Reindeer. Callie Reyes, True Detective. And Lisa Colonzayas from The Bear. Best performance by a male actor in limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television. Andrew Scott, Ripley. Colin Farrell, The Penguin. Cooper Koch. Oh. Wow. What's his name to get nominated? Cooper Koch, Monsters, Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Ewan McGregor, A Gentleman in Moscow. Kevin Kline, Disclaimer. Richard Gadd, Baby Reindeer. Isn't that the guy that's about the show? I think he plays in it, doesn't he? Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role. I promise, we only have two more. We're almost there. Diego Luna, I don't know how to say that. I'm so sorry. La Maquina. Eben Moss Bachrock. I don't know if that's even close to being right. The Bear, Harrison Ford, Shrinking, Jack Lowden, Slow Horses, Javier Bardem, Monsters, a Lyle and Eric Menendez story, and Tad and Nubu Asano, Shogun. Okay, last one. The best performance in a stand-up comedy or television. On television, sorry. Adam Sandler, Love You. I went to that tour. I think that's the tour. Ali Wong, Single Lady. Jamie Foxx, What Had Happened Was. Nikki Glazer, Someday You'll Die. Remy Youssef, More Feelings. And Seth Meyers, Dead Man Walking. I really hope it is Nikki Glazer, Superbad. Okay, sorry. Now that I just explained every category to you, we can move on. So Jay-Z is accused of doing something very bad to a teenage girl. I'm not going to go into it in much detail, but I'm going to just say what his lawyers put out in a statement. It says, in a statement, Carter said the lawyer who filed the suit had made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these kinds of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. I think this... I don't know if he's talking about Diddy, because he's accused of doing it with Diddy. I don't know if he's talking about that or the person that is doing this. It says, only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me. That if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids would be laughable. I think he's talking about Diddy. Carter described a pre-litigation demand letter from the lawyer who filed the suit as an effort to blackmail him into settling. Attorney Tony Busby said his client had sought only confidential mediation and did not demand any money. I don't know what that means. In response to the letter, Busby said in the amend complaint that Carter orchestrated a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiffs' lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence the plaintiff from naming Jay-Z. On Monday, a lawyer for Carter asked a judge to either deny a request to allow the plaintiff to remain anonymous or dismiss the case. Carter's lawyer asked for an expedited hearing, which has not been yet scheduled. The lawyer, Alex Spiro, and the plaintiff's decision to sue anonymously was inconsistent with a genuine effort to determine the truth of falsity of these allegations, as opposed to an effort to procure a quick extortionate settlement. So there you go. I'm not defending him, I'm not whatever, but I don't know. It's just a crazy thing to be accused of. And to be dragged into with Diddy is not a good sign. Yeah, I don't know. So if you guys watch SNL, you'll know that Domingo is a popular character now because of, I think it was the Ariana Grande's episode that they first did it on. He was like they sing a song about him being at a bachelorette party, and basically she cheats on her husband, fiance, whatever, with him and Domingo, and he comes out on stage and sings. If you know, you know. Anyway, they have, and then who was next? Charlie XCX. Then they did another one with Charlie XCX the next week because it was so popular. But he has a Funko Pop. It says he came all this way, so give a warm welcome to Pop Domingo, featuring a direct from Domingo's speech bubble. This suave charmer is sure to form a strong connection with your collection. Celebrate the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live by making this comical character the next edition of your SNL lineup. Vinyl figure is approximately 4.6 inches tall. It's not even shipping until May. That's so long away. Here we are going to look up winners of the Billboard Music Awards. Like I said, it was, I think, last night. I have no idea. I didn't even hear about it. So I'm guessing if I didn't hear about it, you guys didn't hear about it, because if you're coming to me for information about celebrities, I should know it all. I'm just going to do a few because there are a lot in this. The main characters, main categories. Taylor Swift, I think, won 10 awards, I want to say. And she's now the highest earning, Billboard earning person. What is this? Award for this show. With 49, I think she has. So top artist was Taylor Swift. Top new artist, Chappell Roan. Top male artist, Morgan Wallen. Top female artist, Taylor Swift. And I don't know if these are fan voted or if they are voted by Billboard. If they are, I'm not that interested because I think Billboard's takes on things are way just crazy. Top duo or group, Fureza Regatta. Never heard of them before. Top Billboard 200 artist, Taylor Swift. Top 100 artist, Taylor Swift. Top 100 songwriter, Taylor Swift. Top 100 producer, Jack Antonoff, which Taylor Swift was in that category and she lost. Top streaming songs artist, Taylor Swift. Top radio artist, Taylor Swift. I guess I could have just told you Taylor Swift won pretty much all these. Top song sales artist, Shabuzi. Top global Billboard Global 200 artist, Taylor Swift. Oh my gosh, another one. Top Billboard Global excluding U.S. artist, Taylor Swift. Top R&B artist is SZA. Top R&B male artist, Tommy Rickman. Top R&B female artist, SZA. Top R&B touring artist, Bruno Mars. Top rap artist, Drake. Top rap male artist, Drake. Top rap female artist, Doja Cat. That's weird. Meg Thee Stallion wasn't even in that. Didn't she release stuff like this year and last year? It was only Doja Cat, Glorilla, and Nicki Minaj. Crazy. Top rap touring artist, Travis Scott. He was touring. Did I know that? Yeah, I think he came to the Delta Center. I just have a hard time thinking people listen to him. Top country artist, Morgan Wallen. Top country male artist, Morgan Wallen. Top country female artist, Beyonce. Oh, wow. Finally, she won a country category. Again, there's only 3 artists in that category. What is going on? This is weird. Top country duo group, the Red Clay Strays. Top country touring artist, Zach Bryan. Top rock artist, Zach Bryan. I thought he was country. Anyway, this list goes on for a long time, but you kind of get the gist of the most important ones, I guess. There is a new Friends game show in honor of 30 years. Can you believe that? 30 years since Friends premiered. The fact that I am 30 and Friends is 30 makes me so sad. Anyway, Max, aka HBO. I still call it HBO because when I call it Max, people think I'm talking about a person. Or at least I think people think I'm talking about a person and I get self-conscious. But it's kind of like Twitter. I will never call it X ever, ever, ever. And I still call it HBO or Max HBO because that people just know that. Max has set a Thursday, December 19th for the premiere of Fast Friends. It's an upcoming Friends game show hosted by Whitney Cummings. We're also getting a first look at a 4-part competition series in a trailer released today by the streamer. New episodes will air subsequently Thursdays through January 9th. In celebration of the 30th anniversary of the classic NBC comedy, Fast Friends takes place in a series of iconic sets in a fast-paced competition event per the log line. I don't know what that means. From racing through Rachel and Monica's apartment to darting across Joey and Chandler's bachelor pad and grabbing a coffee at Central Perk, fans will relive their favorite moments while being put to test with trivia, puzzles, and games. The quickest team will win the title of the Ultimate Fast Friends champion. I feel like I'd be pretty good at this game because I watched this show religiously when I was growing up. Like, religiously. And I feel like I'd be pretty good at it. Although, they do have remember the game Seen It? The Friends one is actually pretty hard. It's like pretty obscure questions that you really wouldn't think about. So I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be that. But I'm pretty positive I do very well because I've seen this show dozens of times. Let's see, Kylie has a mother collection for her apparel line Kai, and it is starring her mother, Kris Jenner. It's all like contemporary, more modern looking stuff you'd wear to the office. There's some stuff that you wouldn't, but like they've got like skirts, like long skirts and blazer tops and stuff like that. And pretty much all of it's almost sold out, so it's doing pretty well. But they did a Kris Jenner What's in My Bag. Of course, she has a Birkin bag. And then they did this or that with Kris Jenner. Like, would you rather do Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Heels or flats, So I just love hearing all about that. Anyway, go check it out. The pieces are actually pretty nice, and they have really cool jackets, really, really nice winter jackets. Sabrina Carpenter is one of the faces of Versace right now, and it looks like it's just Versace eyewear. So I don't know much more about it. I just saw an ad and I thought I'd tell you guys. Okay, here's the Gracie Abrams tour. So we tried to get tickets. One was at the Red Rock Amphitheater in Colorado, which I've heard is one of the coolest places to see a concert. And I don't know why. I don't know. I think I'm just kind of done with Denver. I don't know why. Like, when people want to go to concerts there, I'd much rather just go to Vegas or Los Angeles or honestly Phoenix. I don't know why. Denver is just not it for me. I don't know. I don't know why I have bad feelings. I don't have bad feelings. I just would rather go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Anyway, she only has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I was correct, shows in the US. They're all double dates though, except for, only 4, because Toronto is not in the United States. All of the ones in the US have double dates though. So Boston, the TD Garden, they shows 1 in Toronto, 2 in New York, Madison Square Garden, 2 in LA, the Kia Forum, 2 in Colorado, the Red Rock Amphitheater, and then 2 in Mexico City at the Pepsi Center. I'm just so confused. But she is touring in Europe right now, so maybe she'll just be tired. I wouldn't be surprised if she released more dates. I just feel like, really? Those are kind of random places. And they're all kind of north. You know what I mean? Except for LA. Anyway, she's touring with Role Model. I don't know much about him, but Catherine loves him. She tells me I need to listen to his music. And I think I listened to one song. But apparently he dated Emma Chamberlain. So he's on tour currently. Did you guys see Bella Hadid was on Yellowstone? Who's watching the new Yellowstone? My hand's not raised because I haven't seen it in a single episode. But she is on there with her new boyfriend. I just love how her mom just like followed her to Texas and now is like into this country western life. And I honestly thought this would fizzle out, but she's still with him. Bella Hadid's still with her boyfriend. And what a random crazy cameo. But they probably had to get ratings up because of the show, just all the drama going on with it and it taking forever to release new episodes. And I don't know. Where are my horror movie fans? Isabel and Georgie, I know you're very excited right now because Evil Dead is going to have a new movie. Apparently there's 2 movies, but I can only... Oh, I read that wrong. It's 1 movie in the next 2 years. Evil Dead Burn is the next one. Sebastian Vanisek, I think that's his name, has revealed that the next Evil Dead film will hit cinemas in 2026. The French director will helm the next spin-off of the horror franchise created by Sam Raimi and has shared that the upcoming movie will be called Evil Dead Burn and will be released in 2 years. So there you go. That show I cannot watch because it is so gory. I can't even watch the commercials. It makes me sick. Normani says she wants to release a new album next year. I'll believe it when I see it. Did she release an album this year? I wonder if she did. She might have, but I just feel like she's been teasing music for the last 6 years, it seems like. She dropped Motivation. Oh, wrong keyboard. I always do that. She dropped Motivation and kind of just left and just kept saying music is coming soon. New music is coming soon. Yeah, she does have a new album. It is called Dopamine. I forgot about that. So, I mean, I guess it's not that strange if she does release an album because she did this year, but I'll believe it when I see it. Jeremy Allen White, he's the guy on The Bear. He was also in Shameless. He's going to be in the new Mandalorian. So there's that. There are rumors that Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are breaking up, even though literally last week I just said that they were fine and back together and happier than ever. So I don't know. Apparently Chris Rock was at this Billionaires party and was making a joke or something. I honestly can't remember what it was about. But he looked over and saw someone was filming him, and he freaked out. He's like, "You said nobody would be filming me here. Like, this is ridiculous." Apparently, he stormed out of the party. I don't know what he said. I don't know what it was about, but hopefully they release footage soon. So Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton have released their... It's not another TV show, but it's a anniversary episode, I guess you could say, of it. And they were on Call Her Daddy, and I listened to it while I was driving to Arizona this week. And apparently they had a falling out back when The Simple Life was on. And she's like, "So just be real. Like, what was it about? Like, we want the honest truth." And Nicole was like, "It's honestly, you're not going to like this answer because there really wasn't anything to it. The media just like pit us against each other, and we were young and really didn't know how to navigate that. And so they just really didn't do anything, and they stopped talking to each other. And then eventually they became friends again. So there's not much to it. But they've been friends since they were 2 years old, and like been like best friends. Like, they went to Vegas when they were 11 and went to the strip, and they got caught by the police, and their parents had to come get them. What else happened? Just a lot of stuff like that. And I'm like, they're like, whose house was most fun to be at, or the most easy to get away with stuff? And Paris said, "My mom was super strict," and Nicole said her mom's house had too much security. But they said that Nicole's dad, who's Lionel Richie, he was always gone touring. And so his house was the easiest to go and get away with stuff because he was never there. It's just like, they lived in Beverly Hills, Bel Air, like that type. It's just a whole different life. Let's see. They're making a live action Rapunzel movie. This is very new. I've wondered why they haven't done this sooner. But they were almost not going to make the Rapunzel movie, the original one, because they didn't know how to do the storyline. And then when someone mentioned her having a day off, aka leaving the tower, they're like, "Oh, okay, well, this we can do. This we can work with." I think they're just worried they couldn't figure out something to do with her, the whole movie, her being in the tower, which I totally understand. This is new. I just saw this right before I started recording. The Malcolm in the Middle reboot is happening, and it's going to be on Disney Plus. So they're only doing 4 episodes. I also didn't fact check this. I just wrote it down. So if it's not true, sorry. I never watched this show. I know the show. I know what it's about. But, it's a show I want to watch. I've seen like clips of it and episodes here and there, and it's actually super funny. Is The Middle. That show is so funny. But, yeah, so get ready for this. I think the whole cast is coming back, I want to say. Here, I just screenshotted this list of achievements that Miley has had this year. I follow, let's see what the page is called, Miley Cyrus Museum on Twitter. It says Miley Cyrus's achievements in 2024. She won 2 Grammys, won a Brit Award, top 10 song on the Billboard Hot 100, Face of Gucci and Dolce, Disney Legends Award, Grammy nominee, 6 songs with over 1 billion streams, Golden Globe nominee, and launching the Miley Cyrus Foundation. So there you go. What song was top 10 this year? I'm gonna feel so stupid if it's like so obvious, but I'm just not remembering it right. If it's Flowers, was that still number 1 or top 10 this year? It had to have been, because she hasn't released anything else, right? I think so. Anyway, I love Miley. I love her. She has 56 million listeners a month, which is just insane. Trisha Paytas is going to be on Broadway. It's just a one night only thing, and I think it's for charity. But, baby steps, baby steps. She got to be on SNL. She got to, I think Bowen Yang was on her podcast the other day. And then she did her show in New York. Like, I just love her life right now. She's thriving. She's just been the internet from like the dawn of YouTube. I wish I could have been more on top of that. But like, how would you know? People ask like what superpowers you'd want. I don't know if this is considered a superpower, but I would just love to be able to, I guess, see in the future, because that would be it. But just to be able to predict trends and predict what's going to be popular and predict, the evolution of social media and stuff, because, I don't know. If I could go back in time and know what I know now, I would invest in Amazon. I would invest in Netflix. I would invest in Tesla. I would be so rich. I'd be so filthy rich. Let's see. So RuPaul's Drag Race, I think I talked about this last time, starts next year and in January. And here is a list of guest judges. I'm actually going to watch this season. I always say I'm going to, but I never do. Doechii, Sandra Bernard, Betsy Johnson. I don't know a lot of these. Oh, Adam Lambert, Quinta Brunson, Tracy Ellis Ross, love her. La Roche, Katy Perry, Sam Smith, Paul W. Downs, Whitney Cummings, Hunter Schafer, Gerard Carmichael, June Daphne, June, I don't know why I said that, June Diane Raphael, and Julia Schlafer, I guess how you say it. Sorry if that's wrong. Anyway, it should be pretty good. And we'll end on this one. I don't watch this show, but I think I'm going to start training for a half marathon. And I need TV shows to watch. That's where I'm going to watch like my reality shows and stuff, is when I'm doing my incline walking or running, because they're just so good. Because I want to be able to sit down and watch like drama, like scripted television and stuff and movies, and really pay attention. But like reality television is a little bit different. Plus it fuels me. So James Kennedy, he's from Vanderpump Rules. I assume, because it says it right in here. It says Vanderpump Rules star James Kennedy is in trouble with the law, where we've learned that the Bravo personality has been arrested for a misdemeanor domestic violence. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Burbank, California police were dispatched to a home in the area Tuesday night after receiving a call about an argument between him and a woman. We're told a witness saw Kennedy and the woman arguing, with the reality TV star allegedly grabbing her at one point, though we're told the officers did not see any visible injuries on her. It's worth noting Kennedy and his girlfriend Allie Luber, I think that's how you say her name, appeared to attend a holiday party at Kathy Hilton's home the night of the arrest. Could you imagine being invited to a Kathy Hilton party? She said, I can't remember where it was. Was it on I think it was on the Skinny Confidential podcast, which I will say they are the only ones, except for Ty French did eventually. I don't know if he liked my photo or added it to his Wrapped on Instagram, but of all the podcasts I listened to, I was not expecting the Skinny Confidential to respond, and they did. They like, we're honored. I'm like, is this Lauren? Like, what's going on? I was not expecting that. Anyway, Kathy Hilton was on their podcast this year, and she was saying she has these parties and she invites the most random people. Like, she invites reality TV people. She invites people who like are high, like corporate people, lawyers. Like, she invites people from all around, because she's like, it makes it so interesting because it's just the most random assortment of people, and then it ends up being the night being so fun. Anyway, sorry. After investigating the situation, police say that they determined it was a domestic incident, leading to the DJ being arrested for misdemeanor domestic violence. Is he a DJ? Sorry, I don't know what that means. Domestic violence. Sources say Kennedy was released after posting $20,000 bond. There you go. I guess we have a few more minutes. I didn't put this on here, but we can talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake, because why not? So this episode, they go to Mexico, and Mary decides to stay behind, which I wonder if she decides to show up, because then they showed a preview of next episode and Mary's at the table with them. So I don't know. But she decides to stay behind because she confides in Angie and finally tells somebody about her conversation with Robert Jr. And so the rest of the ladies go to Mexico, this trip Lisa paid for. And Bronwyn is immediately mad at the rooming situation. Apparently there's 2 rooms. I wondered why they said this, but I understand now. In like, when they're showing the rooms, Lisa's like, and here are 2 villas. They're exactly the same. So I wonder if she knew people were going to be upset or what. But Bronwyn got roomed with Whitney and Angie, I think. Yeah, Whitney and Angie. And then Heather, Meredith, Brittany, and Lisa were all in a villa together. And Bronwyn was mad because she felt like that was Lisa pretty much saying, Bronwyn, I'm mad at you. I don't want to be near you. Like, here's the pecking order. I'm at the top. Blah 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 blah. And so there was all that. And I will say, Bronwyn, she is earning her snowflake on the show, because she, turned this thing that really wasn't anything into this whole thing. Like, she went on and on with it. Basically, she was just saying she wishes that Lisa would just come and talk to her if things are bothering her about her. She thought they were good. She's been her friend the longest, so to have her not be able to stay with Lisa in the same room was a slap in the face. And how she said she's really not speaking to Angie or Whitney at the moment, which I don't know why she's mad at Whitney. Is it because of the girls' camp episode? I can't remember, but I don't know. Anyway, then so the last episode was Meredith's bat mitzvah, and Angie brought a gift for her, apparently. And I guess at the end she said, I even brought you a gift or whatever. So Meredith brings it with her on the trip in a Brooks Marks bag. And Angie's like, Meredith calls in one of the butlers or something, and she's like, can you go place this on one of the chairs that we're having dinner at? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. And Angie goes and sits down, and it's her chair. And she's like, what is this? Did someone get me a gift? She's all excited. And then she opens it up, and her face just like goes blank. Apparently she gave her some shampoo, but Meredith's like, I can't even use that. I have kerosene in my hair, and it'll ruin it. There's sulfates in the shampoo. And then Brittany starts chiming in after Angie and Meredith are going at it. And Angie's like, Brittany, stay out of this. Like, this is enough. She's like, you and your... What did she call her? She called her something again. She just went off. And then she's like, here, take this shampoo and shut the hell up. And she threw it at her. Her hair's all frizzy and dried anyways. And she throws it to her, and the bag was upside down, and all the stuff comes falling out, and glasses tip over. And Meredith's like, wow, we're throwing things now, And I'm like, well, it is Angie. She loves throwing things. One of my favorite scenes is from last season, when it's the very last episode, and they're fighting with Monica, and Angie goes and picks up that floral arrangement, is gonna chuck it at Monica's head. She's like, do it, bitch. And she just sets it back down. I'm like, why is her instinct always to throw something? I think it's so funny. I think that's honestly the Greek in her, because they're the ones that like smash all the plates and stuff, right? Which is so funny, because I'm part Greek, and if I went somewhere and they were smashing plates for no reason, I would be so uncomfortable. Like, I don't like breaking things. Truly, I do not like breaking stuff. I hate those videos of people just destroying things. Like, when they get new iPhones, they're like, we're going to drop it a million times and see how many times until it breaks. Or we're going to put this in a blender and see how well this blender works. I'm like, no. I even hate it when people like take out, I mean, this is very hillbilly of me, but judging from where I grew up, when people take like old things like TVs and stuff out to shooting ranges and shoot them, I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like breaking stuff. Truly, I do not. So I don't know if I would do very well at one of those Opa parties, because I don't like smashing stuff. And like those rooms where you go and just destroy things to get your anger out, I'm like, I couldn't do it. I don't know, maybe I could, but just at this moment, I could not. What were we talking about? Anyway, so then all of a sudden, I'm like, well, this isn't going to end well. And all of a sudden, the waiter comes over and is trying to take their order, and it kind of calms him down. And Angie looks at Brittany. She's like, Brittany, can I please talk to Meredith without you interrupting? She's like, oh yeah, sure. And like, they just all of a sudden had this civil conversation. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And Meredith apologizes to Angie, and Angie apologizes for something, I think. She basically was just saying, I was very hurt for you throwing me out of your party. I came there, or your like religious event. I came there to support you, and I wanted it to be like me trying to do an olive branch and just trying to move forward from whatever we're fighting about. And so yeah, and then Lisa's screaming at Angie, and it's just such good television. It is such good, wholesome family television. So then they show the next episode of what's going to happen, and Lisa is like pissed, and she's going to leave the trip that she planned. I think this is the episode where they all go to lunch as Lisa Barlow. Then they go onto a yacht and, do all these things. But anyway, I'm going to be so sad when this season is over, because it's so good. So good. Sold on SLC, still pretty strong. Still doing well. There's a lot of fighting. a lot of bickering, a lot of backstabbing. You know, just everything we love from our reality shows. So go ahead and watch it. They're both on Peacock if you don't have satellite, like we discussed. I don't think most people do. You can watch it on Peacock, I think on Thursdays. I think that too. Beverly Hills Housewives, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you can watch the next day on Peacock, which is Thursday. And for Sold on SLC, it is the next day, which will be Friday. But they're all really good. And one thing I did notice on this episode of Sold SLC, I think her name's Jen. I still don't know their names, you guys. I'm so sorry. Actually, I do know these. It was Jen. I think Jennifer is what they call her. Jen. They call her Jen, but her name's Jennifer. She's like the big boss. She goes to one of her agents and says, you know, you sell a lot of houses. He's like, I do a lot of volume, a lot of just like regular price. He said regular priced houses, and they were showing houses that were like $550,000, which I guess technically would be a regular size house at this point, a normal priced house. He's like, I just have never branched off into the luxury market of it, which is Jen's specialty. And so she helps him. She brings him on this house, the house that they showed in the first episode. And he's like so nervous trying to show this guy, and she does so well. She does not interrupt. She does not take over the conversation. She'll insert little things here and there. Like the guy's like, there's no view of the lake down here. He's like, that's what I wanted. And he's like, why would you even show me this house? And he's kind of like panicking. Kenny was the other agent. And she kind of just slyly says, well, wait till you get upstairs, and then there's a view from almost every bedroom. He's like, oh, that's great. So I think she did a very good job of staying out of the way and helping him kind of figure out the way. And at the end, she wasn't like rude to him. She wasn't like, I'm the best, you need to do this. Like, I know better than everyone. She literally was just like, you need to do this and this and this. You did very well, but there's just some things you can work on. I just thought that was really cool. For someone who as successful as her, being so patient, because the house is like $3.5 million, so of course they wanted to sell, and to let him kind of flounder, is that what you call it? Tread water. I don't even know what to say, but just for her not to just completely take over because she wants the house to sell and help him learn was pretty cool, I think. So she won my heart in that episode. But I think that's it, you guys. I think that's it for this week. This is Friday. I'm recording this. You want to hear my week this week? So Monday, I went to work. Tuesday, I drove to Arizona. I was in Arizona. I drove horses down there because my sister stays down there in the winter. I went to a barrel race with her. I went to drop off another horse somewhere down there. Then I flew home from Phoenix Wednesday night, landed in Provo, left the Provo airport, went straight to bingo. Then I stayed the night at my uncle's house because I wanted to go to the gym the next morning, and my house is like 30 or 40 miles away from the gym. So what I do is I stay up, I go and hang out with my friends and stuff on those nights, and then stay at my uncle's, go to the gym in the morning, and then come home. And then by the time I get home, I have all this energy from the gym. I'm like ready to go, because when I'm here at the house, I just want to sleep in my bed because it's so comfy. Okay, so then what was yesterday? Then I went back up to Alpine to a wedding, which I was only able to be there for like literally 3 minutes because the traffic was so bad. I don't know if anyone's noticed this in Utah. If you're going north at night lately, that curve like goes around Linden to Pleasant Grove, it is always backed up, and for no reason. There's literally no reason. It just backs up. So traffic screwed me. So then I had to immediately go from there to downtown Salt Lake to go to the movie theater for the movie Queer, which I saw with my friends Sarah and Edgar. And then I went back to my uncle's, stayed the night, got up, went to the gym this morning, and came here. And now I am recording this episode. So it's just kind of like a busy week. And then tonight, I'm going back up. I'm helping my friend Mallory move, staying the night again. I'm going to the gym in the morning because I have a session with my trainer. And then I have a little bit of time to kill in the middle of the day. And then tomorrow night, I have my friend Stephanie's birthday party. And then I can come home, and I have to help on the farm Sunday morning. So yeah, it is just a busy week. But you know what? I love it. I honestly do. I love being busy like this. So it actually makes me more productive. I know that sounds weird, but it does. Because I'm like, okay, well, I have to get this done before I do this because like I have no choice. So I don't have any other time. So it really does make me get stuff done. Anyway, that's all for me, folks. Please, we're still at 23 stars, you guys. We're still at 23. I need one of you, please, 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 to rate 5 stars. I needed to get to 24. I check it all the time, and I wish I could see which one of yous have done it, which one of yous, and I would give you a big ol' hug because I really want one more review of 5 stars. If you want to hear more in-depth episodes about certain topics, go to my Patreon. It's $5 a month. The first week is free. I really appreciate the support. And other than that, have a great week. Go indulge in some pop culture. If you guys have any people you want me to talk about or subjects, let me know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go read my Kim Kardashian selfie books. Bye.